I'm Muslin Green.
Hello, and I'm Sarah.
We're going to show us. We're going to show you how we're going to make these.
And what's the technique called? The knot work that we use for this. Can you remember the macrame?
Yeah.
And it's going to be a mat for a drink, isn't it?
That's right. Yes.
Brilliant. So the first stage, we're going to cut a long piece of macrame thread to 130 centimetres.
That's
so
right. Yes.
Ros, you've got that end.
Yes,
so
I have.
I'll just snip that end off there. And the thread we're using is 3mm thickness thread. You can make them out of a smaller thread, and then that's with the smaller one, isn't it, Ros?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So, but it's a lot quicker to use the thicker thread, isn't it? So
Yeah.
Ros was really busy earlier. She's cut all these the other day, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Yes.
So we've got one length at 130 centimetres, and then we've got 28 lengths.
That's right.
That you cut at 90 centimetres.
Yes, yes, I did. Yeah.
So we'll get rid of that. We don't need that.
Right here.
Of those. So the first knot, can you remember, Ros? We wrapped it round.
We did. Yeah.
In a circle like that. So that's your long cord.
That's right. Yeah.
Let's bring it round that way.
Right.
And then, can you remember, then we started to take one of the 90 centimetre cords and we doubled it over.
That's right. Yes.
Can you do that bit for me, Ros? You
Right
good at
here.
that? So Ros is going to take, she's taking it in half, and then she's put the loop end through like that, and then she's taking the top end through the loop.
Yeah, just like that.
That's it, just like that. And then we're going to gently pull it. That's it. Perfect. So can you see now we've both put one on, and it looks like that. So should we put a couple more on, Ros, to show them?
Right.
Gonna add that one.
Yeah.
That's it. Brilliant. Perfect. That's it. Just push it down on.
That's it.
That's it. That's perfect. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Should we put one more on?
Right here.
Put one more on. That's it. Lovely. Brilliant. Well done, Ros. Great.
Right.
So Ros has put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 all together. And then we're going to pull. You pull that end, Ros. I'll pull this end.
Right here.
We're going to pull it together quite tight, and then these two ends we're going to tie together in just a normal knot. If you pull that end, Ros.
Right here.
So just pull it nice and tight, and then they become one themselves. So then if we spread this out, it comes into a bit of a sort of a flower.
That's right.
Star shape, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
And then that's when we start tying. Can you see that quite? That's it. Lovely. So the first one, if we take one, take it underneath, and then this is the one that we're going to tie the knot along. So push it along there. And can you remember we always do 2 knots, don't we? So you do the second one.
I do the second one.
I'm going to take that one through there. That's it. That's it, lovely. That's it, perfect. And then again, now we're taking this next one underneath.
Right.
So we can almost cross them over.
Yeah.
And then you're going to tie this one along this one. So we make a bit of a, I think if we go over it first, Ros.
Over it
so
first, sorry.
Over, under and
Right.
through. That's kind of like the general thing. That's it, perfect. And can you see how the knot's just slid up and just sat next to the other one? So that's the first knot, and then we'll do the second knot. The second one just makes it a little bit tighter. So we go over, that's it, under, and then through. That's it, through. That one's gone a bit funny. Let's just go again. Let's go again.
Okay.
So we go over, under, that's it, and then through. Pull it through. Now that's it. Perfect. And can you see that knot's now set next to that one? So again, we take this one underneath.
Right.
That one goes over the top. So the one that goes over the top, that's the one that you're pulling the knot along. So with this one you go over.
Over, right.
That's it, and then under. Perfect, you've got it. Fantastic. And can you see how that knot just sits on the other one? So let's keep going. So again, another one, over. That's it, brilliant. Over, under and through, that's it, perfect. And again, the second knot almost goes tighter, doesn't it? It almost seals the knot.
I do admit that.
Now, so we're gonna add to that now, aren't we?
Yes, we are, yes.
So Ros is going to show you how to add. This is quite an important stage.
Yeah,
so
it is, yeah.
every now and then, as you're tying round, you'll come across a gap, and that means that it's time to add another one of your 28 lengths. So it's exactly the same as when you're starting it off, the same knot. So Ros has equally folded it over, and now she's going to put the loop under, and then she's going to take the bottom part of the string, thread it through the loops that she's made. Perfect, Ros. And then pull it tight. Fantastic. If you bring it over this side, that's it, and then we can just push it up.
Nice.
Can you see now that we've created another 2 knots in the line?
That's
and
right,
then this is going to fold round.
Yeah.
And then we can then use this as the next piece. So that one's going to go over. And now again you can start your knot again, Ros. So this one's going over, under and through. Just like you were doing before.
Okay.
Brilliant, fantastic, you've got it great. That's it. And then this knot all again, can you see how it just slides up and sits next to the one before? So we're making a row of knots. And again, Ros, that one can go over.
I see.
Over, under and through. And you don't have to do them, you know, you don't pull it really tight, do you? It just almost just slides up. Bring that on this side and then it'll just slide up and sit next to the other one.
Yeah.
So you can see it's starting to curl around. Now here's one that we started the other day. Shall we show them this one?
Of course.
So Ros, this is one Ros started last week. So you can see that it's just started turning, going into that spiral. Should we just do a couple more knots on this one just to show them? So you always take the piece that's on the right hand side underneath, the left hand one goes on top, and then you're tying over this one, aren't you? So over,
Right.
under and through. Now you'll find that as you go on through the spiral, sometimes you will come across gaps, and whenever you come to a gap, you always just add another piece, just like Ros showed you
that's
before.
right, yeah.
It's quite easy, isn't it, to add another one. That's it. Wonderful. That's it, perfect, and that not just slides up there. Now this is really good because we've just come across another space now, so you'll be able to see. So can you see where these ones are all close together, but here we've come across a gap. So Ros is going to add another piece because there's now a gap rather than them all being close together. Well done, Ros. So she's folding it exactly in half. That's it, perfect. And then she's going to put the loop underneath. That's it. Fantastic. And then she's going to take the ends through the loop. Wonderful. And then pull it along. Fantastic. And then you can see there's almost two little knots there that we just slide up, don't we? You slide it up.
Yeah.
That's it. And then when you bring this one round now, can you see that we've filled the gap with our two knots? So then we carry on. We take the right one underneath, and then we're tying over the top.
Yeah.
Of that one.
That's
so
right.
again, over, under and through. Brilliant. So that's the most important bit, really, knowing how to add your extra strands whenever there's a gap. That's it. And can you see, you can't see that gap now, it's just been filled in and just continues with the spiral. So you may find, depending on the size that you go, you may need a few more than 28 lengths. As you can see, we've got that one, we added a couple more. This one was exactly 28 lengths. So it depends on the size you want your mat to go.
That's right, yeah.
So basically you just carry on with what Ros has been doing.
That's right.
Until you get to this stage. We've got the comb ready, I've got the knitting needle ready. we're all prepared. So let's show them how to, I don't know if you've done this stage yet, Ros.
I'm just putting it
That's it,
straight.
you spread them out
forward.
so you can see. That's it. Brilliant. So, for the last stage, so that's the last piece. So what we're going to do is make a hole in there, and then we're going to push that through. I think maybe if we snip the end off, it'll be easier. Okay. So when you come to the end, you're going to make a little hole, which is quite easy. There's already a hole kind of there once you open it up, and you're going to thread that through and push it through with a needle, or sometimes you can just manage with your finger or anything. Can you pull that through, Ros?
Of course.
So Ros is going to pull that through now, and can you see it's just sealing it, it's just tied it in that knot, so that's secure now, that's not going to come undone. One thing that we found sometimes, particularly with the smaller thread, that they roll up, they almost go into a little bit of a bowl shape, but if you iron them afterwards, it flattens them down into the mat.
So, make that, yeah.
So what Ros is going to do now is snip off. I'll start you off, Ros. In fact, shall I cut it and you do the combing?
Okay.
So we're just going to cut round so it looks like a bit of a sun shape. And then you can see that the ends aren't frayed like they are on that one, that's Ros's next job, isn't it, Ros? Ros is going to make the ends look nice and frayed, and she's going to do this just by
combing it.
Just by combing it. So you just kind of get your comb in the things.
Right.
You can sometimes if you untwist them, you can do it by hand as well. The thread's sort of made up with different cotton strands, so you can just untwist it yourself, or do it how Ros is doing it with a comb. And then once you've done all that, it'll look all frayed on the ends. That's it, Ros. Brilliant. With that, that's it. We've got an afro comb, but it's probably better with a smaller tooth comb. But it's working with that, isn't it, Ros?
Can you hold it up, Ros, and show us how it's looking so far?
That's it, brilliant. So Ros has started to comb out the ends here, and you can see they've gone more more frayed looking, haven't they?
I do a bit more.
Yeah, brilliant.